Hi, everyone. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist R.J. Heim. There had been a tornado warning eastern Connecticut. It looks like there's a tornado warning now just east of Taunton, north of 495. I'm going to go back into the weather office and take a look at that and bring that to you here live. But I wanted to keep you updated. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Providence County. That is just west of 95 and 295 now, just entering into the Providence metro area. These strong to severe thunderstorms have frequent lightning with them. There's some Doppler radar indicated twisting in the atmosphere. No tornado warning out of this just southeast of 395 entering into Washington County right now. However, it's all with a strong cold front pressing down, bumping into this very warm, humid air. There's a special marine warning that's in effect until 9:15 or so for strong gusty winds. If you know anyone out on a boat, out on the bay right now, don't anticipate necessarily that this storm will dissipate because it's with the actual cold front itself, not with one of those pop-up thunderstorms. Tell them to seek safe harbor until this storm passes. If you're in the path of this storm, frequent lightning, heavy downpours, severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Let me jump back into the weather office so I can read some of the latest info here. So we're going to read some of the latest info. Severe thunderstorm warnings have been popping up in the entire area after we've had a severe thunderstorm watch that's been in effect all throughout the afternoon. Now I need my glasses.
Yes, there you go.
Trying to find my glasses. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sam. Sam's going to help me out here if we get more info. Nonetheless, strong cold front approaching from the north and west, diving into this very warm, humid air. Let me go on to the NWS chat. Tornado warning. Yes, we have a tornado warning. However, that's not for Rhode Island. It's for just east of Taunton. National Weather Service in Boston, Norton issued a tornado warning. Central Plymouth County, southeastern Massachusetts, northern Bristol County. So northern Bristol County, Massachusetts, you're in a tornado warning until 9 p.m. That's over the next 26 minutes. At 8:31, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over West Bridgewater or over Bridgewater, moving east at 45 miles per hour. The hazard is the tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. The impact, if you're in that tornado warning area, would be flying debris with dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed in a tornado. There'll be damage to roofs, windows, vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. So what that means is if you're in the path, let me print this out here. Let me print this out. Just got an email from the boss here. In 1 second, printing that out. We have a tornado warning in effect for those of us watching us in the Bridgewater-Taunton area. And also, you can see on the screen, Doppler radar indicated just east of 395, Plainfield, Connecticut, entering into Kent County in Rhode Island. Let me switch back so I can manipulate that radar imagery here. So this is the latest tornado warning. Let me zoom in on that. Turn the lightning tracker off, the storm tracks off. And let me just temporarily turn the sweeping radar off so you can see the area, right? Interstate 495, there's Rhode Island, Woonsocket, Gloucester, Providence, that's Rhode Island. Interstate 495 for perspective. Tornado warning now in effect until 9 p.m. for Brockton, Bridgewater, East Bridgewater, Whitman, Hanson, Pembroke, Breezy Hill, Halifax, South Halifax, Plimpton, Northwest Duxbury, Kingston, and that's Kingston, Massachusetts. That's in effect until 9 p.m. The National Weather Service has said about this tornado warning, 8:31 p.m., severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over West Bridgewater, or Bridgewater, moving east at 45 miles per hour. So this storm in particular is moving rather quickly with the tornado. Impact would be flying debris, dangerous to those caught without shelter. So if you're in a house in this area with the red box, and that's everywhere from Brockton to Bridgewater, points eastward, northeast of 495 to just south of Marshfield, including Plymouth, until 9 o'clock. Seek shelter as this thunderstorm approaches. If you live in a building that has a basement, go to the basement. Or if you don't have a basement, go to an interior room that doesn't have windows in it. If you're in a mobile home, unfortunately, mobile homes don't do very well with tornadoes. Let me pop back on the sweeping radar here so you can see where the actual thunderstorm indicated by Doppler radar is right now. And it's hard to define because the storm is racing east at 45 miles per hour. But if I were to take a look and take a good guess at it, it's right over Bridgewater, moving towards Halifax, Breezy Hill, and southeastern Massachusetts, South Halifax, Plimpton, everywhere shaded in red here that you see on your screen. Not the radar red, but that tornado warning box. If you're in the path of that storm, you're in a tornado warning.
RJ, it's Sam here. You're doing a great job. We so appreciate you sticking with us on air and online to bring our viewers everything. I have a couple questions.
Sure.
I want to give you a break. Obviously, you've been at this for the last 25 minutes. So the people in that red zone under that tornado watch, what should they be doing right now? Basement, like what are some of your advice for those people?
Right, they should be seeking shelter. If anyone lives in the area shaded in red here, seek shelter in a basement. The whole idea is to get away from windows and to get lower than ground level. So don't go up to a second floor or a first floor. Try to get underground because the tornado just sweeps when it's on the ground. It just sweeps the landmass area, right? So if you're in a basement, that would be a good place to seek shelter.
And those people that should do that right now are the people that we're seeing on our screen right here in the red, the Bridgewater, Hanson, Halifax, Marshfield, that whole area. If you're in there for the next, 20 minutes? This warning is until 9 right now?
In effect until 9. Let me go back to the other computer and see if there's an update on it from the National Weather Service.
Okay.
But this is the second tornado that's been indicated by the National Weather Service here this afternoon. The first one was at 7:22, indicated by Doppler radar and pushed by the National Weather Service. So let's see.
And right now we did just get I believe there's a severe thunderstorm warning right now for Dukes County, Mass, Providence County, Rhode Island, Bristol County, Mass, Bristol County, RI, Barnstable County, and Newport County. And I can hear in our studio right now, it's got to be pouring outside in Cranston. And just coming in briefly from a break, I saw it was already thundering and lightning out there in Cranston, huge flashes of lightning. So, people in these areas also be mindful that this storm is obviously moving quickly, as RJ has been giving us his expertise on.
Right, it's moving east. This particular one with the red box, that's a tornado warning. That particular storm is racing east at 45 miles per hour.
Wow.
Okay, that's in advance of this cold front. Now, the whole cold front, we've been talking about this, all of southern New England has been under a severe thunderstorm watch throughout the day. And a watch means conditions are favorable for thunderstorms to develop, right?
Yeah.
When you're in a warning, a severe thunderstorm warning, that means it's happening in the warned areas right now. Let me pop back on here, the storm tracks. And
the mustardy yellow color, RJ, those people, what do they need to know?
Well, that's a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay.
So that means there's no tornado necessarily with those, even though Doppler radar has been indicating some brief spin-ups. But the folks, let me turn the radar, sweeping radar off. So it's all the areas shaded in orange here now. There's a special marine warning for Narragansett Bay. I know we've had Aquapalooza going on.
Right, all those
thunderstorms haven't gotten to that part of the bay yet, but they're about to, which is why the National Weather Service has issued a special marine warning for wind gusts over 30 miles per hour, rough seas, frequent lightning. If you know anyone who's out on a boat right now, call them on their cell or send them a text saying, hey, there's a marine warning for Narragansett Bay and adjacent waters until this whole thing pushes through the area to seek safe shelter and harbor until this storm passes.
Yeah, absolutely. Call your friends, call your family, let them know, hey, this is a possibility. Better to be safe than sorry. Also, for the people who aren't in that red just yet, stay away from trees, move, anything that could be hazardous outside. Obviously, if you can safely remove it and, get it to an area where it wouldn't do any harm, recommend you do that right now before that storm obviously comes to your area and hits you. And that kind of thing. Because, flying, RJ, we've seen it before time and time again, flying debris, down trees, power outages, the whole bit, everything, it can get pretty serious, especially if those winds are as strong as, you're saying they are right now. That's very powerful.
Right, and over the past couple of weeks when we've had these thunderstorm spawned tornadoes, I looked at the report afterwards, and each one of these tornadoes, not saying this is necessarily the case with this one, but it was about 2 football fields wide. That's 200
Wow.
yards wide, and it can have winds over 100 miles per hour with it.
It's crazy. It picks up so quickly, no? Like it's 1 second, it could be calm as can be, and then the next second it's whoosh.
Well, but that's why we have the Doppler radar. You see where this it says early there, and there's a little spin in that last frame here. Let me take you right up to present time, 8:43. You see that where it says early?
Yes.
That's Doppler radar indicating there's the potential for some rotation there in the atmosphere. And that would be right now in the Arcadia, Tug Hollow area, just south of Noose Neck, widen the perspective, just south of West Greenwich. So no tornado warning out of that, but nonetheless, Doppler radar is indicating that there's some twisting in the atmosphere that National Weather Service could then push a tornado warning if they check the other parameters and see that, yes, indeed. See, now the early sign just went away when I popped that icon back on.
Right.
But nonetheless, Interstate 95 right now, south of the Big Bend, all right? So, look, let's start up here. Now we have another early. This is right over Providence River, Upper Narragansett Bay. This is why anyone on a boat right now should seek safe harbor until this storm passes. And the storms will be passing over the next hour or so. You just don't want to be caught when the lightning strikes, when the winds pick up, and you have Doppler radar indicated rotation in the atmosphere. So let me pause. Let me do one more loop here.
And that is, the lightning, you mentioned like the lightning and stuff. We're already seeing that here in Cranston. I can imagine, sporadic everywhere with like the heat and the humidity and everything we've been experiencing these past few days. I'm sure that obviously doesn't help with this whole system that's pushing through. So if you're just joining us right now on NBC 10 News, we are currently in a tornado warning, correct, RJ?
Right, and it's not for the whole area.
Right, just parts of Massachusetts.
Let me turn the sweeping radar off so you can see. The area shaded in red is a tornado warning. For viewers watching in southeastern Massachusetts in Bridgewater, Brockton, Halifax, Pembroke, Marshfield, Duxbury, Plymouth, and South Pond. Tornado warning in effect, meaning that that National Weather Service and Doppler radar have indicated that there is rotation in the atmosphere, a potential tornado on the ground, and that would mean seek shelter until the storm passes, and that means in a basement or in an interior room if you don't have a basement, away from windows. The orange areas indicate severe thunderstorm warning. But notice all these earlies on
Yes,
here.
I'm joining you in your weather office now, so I can take a closer look with you.
We've got a number of these early twisties here.
Yeah, that's concerning, no?
Well, it's early, but when it goes red, then it will say, likely. Or something to that effect.
And so the people who are in the red, we mentioned the boats. If you have friends or family that are out on the boats, give them a call. But these people, who maybe aren't watching the news, who don't know they're under a tornado warning right now, if you know somebody who lives in that area, perhaps give them a call on their cell phone, give them the heads up, give them the warning, and then
Right, but there's no tornado warning for Narragansett Bay.
Right, no. I just mean the people who are in the warning right now. If perhaps if somebody's watching this in Providence, they have a family member up in Plymouth who might not know that they're in that warning area. A good idea to give them a heads up.
Right. Hopefully their phones will go off.
Yes,
now.
exactly. Yeah.
That sort of thing. But right now, tornado warning in effect, Brockton. Let me turn the lightning tracks off so you can see tornado warning in effect issued by the National Weather Service It looks like it's going to go for another 12 minutes or so, but I can check here and see what the latest update is direct from the National Weather Service. I believe they've canceled one of the watches and warning. So severe thunderstorm warning now for Washington County. Northeast Washington County is canceled in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Severe thunderstorm watch that prompted this warning has moved out of the warning area. Therefore, that warning has been canceled. And you'll see that update automatically with the orange boxes here. Switch back to the other computer, and so I can manipulate the imagery here. So it's only the areas shaded in orange right now. And that would include just south of Providence, right along Narragansett Bay. So it's Providence, Cranston, Warwick, as that particular cell moves east. But included in the various warnings, Warren, Barrington, Rehoboth. This is for a severe thunderstorm warning, shaded in orange. The tornado warning is the area shaded in red right now.
Right. And the people who are in orange, what are some? Do you have any advice for them? Obviously, they're in a thunderstorm, warning. With that comes lightning, which we know can do damage and things like that. Should they be doing anything in particular, or just kind of stay indoors? Obviously, right.
Seeking shelter. You don't have to go to a basement in a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a tornado warning where you get winds over 100 miles per hour as a 2 football field wide rotating cloud touches the ground, and if you're in the path of that, it can obliterate mobile homes. It can do severe damage to houses. It can push cars off the roadway too.
Down power lines, that kind of thing. This camera that we're looking at in your weather office, I know our viewers can't see it. Is this in Narragansett? Because I just saw tons of lightning.
They can pop that. The director, can you pop that up?
Yeah,
Director?
there was just a ton of lightning over. Where is that? Oh yeah,
That's
see it?
That's the People's Credit Union Skycam Network Coast Guard House Restaurant in Narragansett.
Okay, so Narragansett's
Now
seeing some lightning too.
let me switch that. And go to, where's the imagery here? Oh boy. So Sam, just give them a recap.
Okay, so if you're just joining us on NBC 10 News, the parts of Massachusetts are currently under a tornado warning. Not all parts. It's just the Plymouth area, Halifax, Marshfield, that area is under a tornado warning. The rest of parts of Rhode Island and southeastern Mass, Providence, New Bedford, Mashpee, those areas are under a thunderstorm warning, which means, you could have some severe thunderstorms, lightning, torrential rain, depending on where you are, that kind of thing. The little things that you're seeing that you could be possibly, I don't know if you're seeing them on your screen right now, indicate that there could be some fast-moving tornado-like wind, but it's too early to determine that. So if you do have family member in those portions of Massachusetts, if you have family, if you have friends out there, check on them, give them a call, tell them to seek shelter immediately. This is lasting until 9 o'clock at this point, so we have 10 more minutes for the tornado warning, correct. And then the thunderstorm warning, is it, I guess until further notice, we'll obviously keep you updated.
Probably 9:15. What I'm doing here live on the air now is I'm swinging our tower camera in Providence, our live People's Credit Union Skycam Network tower cam in Providence. It's looking towards the north and west, but that's where most of the storms have dissipated now, or they're pushing off towards the east. So the camera's now going west, and I'm going to keep the camera swinging until it goes to the east.
Okay. And we were seeing just a few moments ago, some lightning in Narragansett. We know there's lightning in Cranston. We saw it ourselves, kind of everywhere. And the camera, you can tell it's been very humid and hot and humid and all that kind of thing. So again, if you're just joining us, there is a tornado warning for central Plymouth County in southeastern Massachusetts, northern Bristol County in southeastern Massachusetts. This is until 9 o'clock tonight. If you are in the area, please seek shelter immediately, or if you know somebody, give them a call and let them know. If you're on the water, you know anybody at Aquapalooza, a very popular event today that draws thousands of people out, call them and give them a heads up to get off the water immediately and seek somewhere safe. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for West Bridgewater, many parts of Rhode Island that you've been seeing on your screen, Providence, West Greenwich, areas of New Bedford, that kind of thing, those areas. There is a national weather marine warning too. We were talking about the boats and it obviously being such a nice day out there that I'm sure a lot of people were on the water today. Hopefully all of them are home safe and sound.
I now have the tower cam pointed east from downtown Providence, and you'll be seeing the flashes of lightning in the sky as most of southeastern Massachusetts now is under a severe thunderstorm warning. That's not a watch. We had all been in a watch during the day today. The warning is when the thunderstorms are actually happening right now.
And it says on your recent notes, you know, what I mentioned, the severe thunderstorm was near Cranston at about 8:23, moving east at 35 knots. So that probably has since dissipated at least a little bit from this area.
All right, and we can see where it is right now. So that's at 9:52. So let me put this back on in motion.
That's incredible that you know how to read all this and do all this. It's really a science, Art. I'm like, look at all these graphics over here.
So everywhere where you see the radar moving reds, that's severe thunderstorm. That's the leading edge. That's the cooler, drier air diving underneath that very humid air. And what it does is it takes that air and pushes it up into the colder atmosphere just above, and those up and down motions produce the thunderstorms, the lightning, and sometimes that twisting in the atmosphere brings on a tornado warning. We just have an update here now. Let me turn the sweeping radar off so you can see the tornado warning discontinued now from Brockton down through Bridgewater and Taunton. However, it's still in effect from Pembroke, Massachusetts, through Halifax, through Duxbury, through Plymouth itself and Cole Mill, and that's northeast of Interstate 495, and just for perspective, south of Scituate. Doppler radar indicating still some twisting in the atmosphere. That early means it's not a confirmed tornado, but that means there's a broad twisting in the atmosphere that if it gets going enough, it could actually produce a tornado. But everywhere where you see the orange here, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. Let me pop the sweeping radar back on.
And this, Arj, you had said this is not expected to be an all-night thing. This is a come and go passing, you know, crazy storm.
Yeah, already where the severe thunderstorms were earlier in the day, central western Massachusetts, central western Connecticut, they're clearing out now. And we have some very comfortable, beautiful air on the way here overnight.
After we get through this.
Monday and Tuesday.
And just also, you know, with these storms, we know sometimes people lose power. So if you do have power right now, maybe get that flashlight ready, those batteries ready if you need it, put your phone on the charger, because, you know, we don't know what this storm could bring in the next 5-15 minutes. So it's better to be prepared, you know, just in case you do lose power or, you know, something like that happens for anybody who does have the ability to watch us right now and have power.
Tornado warning still in effect for extreme southeastern Massachusetts, just south of Marshfield. It's no longer in effect for Brockton, Bridgewater, and Middleborough, as this storm continues to move east at some 45 miles per hour. It's kind of traversing Route 58, Route 106, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Kingston, Rocky Nook, North Plymouth, you're in the path of this Doppler radar indicated twisting in the atmosphere, possible tornado. That's the area shaded in red that you see on your screen. If you're in that warned area, seek shelter in a basement or an interior room away from windows. Mobile homes do not hold up well in tornadoes, so you got to be very wary and careful of that. Otherwise, the orange boxes indicate severe thunderstorm warning. That means gusty winds to 30, 40 miles per hour, heavy downpours, frequent lightning, ponding on roadways, but not the severity of a tornado. Tornadoes that happen up here and this time of the year can be 1 to 2 football fields wide and have winds 100 miles an hour. That can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You know, rip off roofs, blow out windows, blow cars off roadways and such. But that one particular tornado warning, that expires at what time? Let me check.
I believe it was 9 o'clock.
9:15. 9:15.
Did they might have pushed it because before it was 9. I do remember, RJ, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, there were confirmed tornadoes touchdown in the summer. I was reporting in like the North Providence area, and I remember a couple homes had their roofs ripped off from the small tornado. And you can hear it right now. Do you hear the?
Well, that's in Cranston.
Right now we're in Cranston, yes.
National Weather Service has issued a special marine warning for Cape Cod Bay now, too. And that National Weather Service Boston issued a special marine warning, Cape Cod Bay, coastal waters east of Ipswich Bay, and the Stellwegian Bank National Marine Sanctuary, coastal waters from Provincetown to Chatham and Nantucket. Until 9:30, severe thunderstorm capable of producing waterspouts was located over Gurnet Pond, moving east at 30 knots. Now, a waterspout.
Yes.
A waterspout is a tornado over water, right?
Similar, it looks similar kind of in pictures, right?
Technically, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Except tornadoes don't happen over water. When they happen over water, they're called waterspouts. So sometimes it's a tornado moving over land and it goes over water, and that tornado becomes technically a waterspout then. So that's for...
And those waterspouts, do they have just as much force? Say there's like a boat on a pond or something like that.
Waterspouts can easily overturn boats, create locally hazardous seas. Boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds. Small crafts can capsize suddenly near the high waves. So that special marine warning for Race Point, Plymouth Light, Duxbury Pier Light, Wellfleet Harbor, Cape Cod Bay, Ocean Bluff, Brant Rock, Green Harbor, Gurnet Point, and Monument Point. And that's until 9:30. Obviously, if someone's out on a boat, it's not easy to get out of that, so seek safe harbor or shelter nearby where you are.
And the severe thunderstorm watch for Dukes County, Providence County, Bristol County, has that been canceled? Is that correct?
That's the severe thunderstorm watch. Watch means conditions are favorable for thunderstorms to develop, but that whole severe thunderstorm watch, the area shaded in pink that we had up earlier, was only to go till 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So now all that we're going to have from here on out are warnings.
Warnings, correct.
Right. And what you're seeing on your screen now, if you can go back to this, if you can go back to our weather computer, Weather One director, and not look at the tower cam.
Well, if you're just joining us, just to kind of give you a recap of what's been going on here on NBC 10. Parts of Massachusetts are currently under a tornado warning. Those areas that you've been seeing kind of on your screen in the red. Red are the areas that, might want to take shelter immediately and get out of the way until this does expire. Everything that you're seeing in orange on your screen is a thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning. With it could come, very gusty winds up to 45 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour, thunder and lightning like we're seeing on our sky camera over in Providence, like we're hearing and seeing here in Cranston.
And now just at 9 o'clock, the tornado warning has expired for southeastern Massachusetts.
So we are through it.
The storm, which prompted the warning, has weakened below severe limits, the National Weather Service says, and has exited the warned area. Therefore, the warning will still be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds and heavy rains are still possible with this thunderstorm. Can we see the output of Weather One on TV? There you go. So that has just expired. The tornado warning has now expired for southeastern Massachusetts. It had been in effect.
So that red will now dissipate, go away.
Right. It's for people who are seeing it in real time.
Right.
Shortly.
You're no longer under a tornado warning.
Right,
in that area.
and it just
there
went
we go.
away. So the orange boxes, let me switch computers again here. Everywhere where you see orange, that's a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay.
So it's no more in Rhode Island. It's southeastern Massachusetts. It's Bristol County, Massachusetts. It's Somerset. It's the Interstate 495 corridor, 195 corridor, including New Bedford, Wareham, Westport, as we put the sweeping radar loop back on, as this line of strong to, at times, severe thunderstorms has been creating quite a bit of havoc.
Yes, I'll say.
This afternoon and into the evening hours, too. We went on at 7:22-ish during the sports cast of NBC 10 News at 7 o'clock. It was actually 7:24 with a tornado warning in East Central Connecticut that was coming out of Brooklyn. No reports of damage or injuries there, and then that storm moved across 395 and then went below severe criteria. But I want you to look here, Sammy. So this is why there's the marine warning for Narragansett Bay. All the folks out of Aquapalooza, right now, that thunderstorm and even some twisting in the atmosphere.
Where it says the early.
That's where it says early. That if that would update to say, go red, that would mean that would be a tornado.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if it hit the water, it would then become a water spout.
Right. So North Kingstown right now, you've got what box, Director? Oh,
I
a
think
double
the area,
box.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, that TV's
I
off.
think we're a little bit
but
delayed in here. Yes, so tornado warning is canceled for those areas of Massachusetts. Now, many parts of southeastern Massachusetts are currently under a severe thunderstorm warning.
Right, and a marine warning. Anyone out on a boat, Narragansett Bay, adjacent waters, Cape Cod Bay, seek shelter right now or nearby. Don't try to get to your home port because you won't have time to. There could be winds 30, 40, 50 miles per hour. If any tornadic activity happens, there could be a water spout over water that could topple a boat real quick. Gusty winds, frequent downpours, lightning too. That's for Narragansett Bay. And look, we've got, right around westerly too. Got some thunderstorm. Let me put the thunderstorm lightning icons on here so you can see. Not much lightning happening down there. But, Fall River right now, getting some lightning strikes, and you're in the severe thunderstorm warned area, just coming out of Barrington, Warwick, Bristol, Northwestport. You'll be next in line as this line moves east at 30 miles per hour, give or take 5 miles per hour.
And then you were saying, RJ, after this storm, tomorrow, drier air comes, right? It's like it almost never happened, given hopefully there's no damage or anything like that tonight. It almost looks like a whole new day and a better forecast. Less humidity, correct, than what we kind of saw today?
Right.
From what the atmosphere has kind of been producing? What's that?
That will give us an indication of the areas and what time. It's hard to manipulate this live on the air here.
Oh, like what time exactly it would happen?
Not exactly, but close enough.
Yeah.
So let's try that again. So this is the current radar. Well, it's hard to manipulate this.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting that you are able to do it. Very interesting. So what you're seeing now on your screen, we have a live camera up over the city of Providence, I believe. And we are in a, this is Narragansett? No, okay. We're in a thunderstorm warning for all of these areas. We're hearing thunder and lightning and rain. If you're on the roadways or if you plan to go out, be mindful of that flash flooding, the ponding on the roadways. We've seen a lot of it so far this summer. Take it slow out there if you can. The tornado warning for parts of Massachusetts has since expired, so in the clear up there for that. If you know people who are out on a boat or in the water today, obviously it was a beautiful day out there, Aquapalooza, call them, tell them to seek a safe shelter or get somewhere safe wherever they can travel to in their boat. And we're obviously here to keep you updated with everything that's kind of going on. Those scattered storms have been passing through here. We can hear it outside, that thunder, and we can hear the torrential rain. So good news that tornado did not amount to anything.
Well, we don't know that.
Correct.
There was some damage in Easton, but the assessment will take place afterwards. What's
Right.
more important right now is letting people know that it's just a severe thunderstorm warning for the area shaded in orange, but this is the tool that I was trying to get to work. The severe thunderstorm should be in Newport in about 6 minutes, so that'd put it around 9:12, quarter past. Wareham, 14 minutes. Acushnet, 17 minutes. This is not accurate, not to the exact minute. It's just an indication of where these storms might be and where they are going. So the tornado warning has been discontinued. We're going to go back to some regular programming here. If you're in the severe thunderstorm warned area, and that's the area shaded in orange, be advised there'll be frequent lightning, some hail, strong gusty winds. No more tornado warning though. If another tornado warning comes up, we'll go back on the air here and do our best to keep you informed. But if you're in the path of any of these, seek shelter until they pass, including boats and stay away from windows and
Yeah.
wait till the storms pass. We have some refreshing air on the way later tonight and going to last for a couple days.
And this is not going to last much longer, right? It's going to get out of there
Another
in a little
hour
bit.
or so
Yeah.
until, if they're watching us on Sandwich, it's going to go for, another hour and a half maybe or so.
Okay. Well, thanks for all your hard work, RJ. I know
All right.
it's been a long 2 hours.
Well, we'll be back
Did
on
fabulous.
NBC 10 News at 11 o'clock.
Yes. We'll have all your updates, pictures, things like that, things that you need to know. But if there is an emergency, obviously, RJ
Yeah,
will
if there's
bring
a
you all that
tornado
information.
warning, if there's a tornado warning, we'll go back on the air. Otherwise,
Okay.
watch the crawl that's been going on top of your screen there. Now back to regular programming. For Sam Reed, I'm RJ Heim. Back to programming.